Hello and good morning. You're listening and watching DC, and I'm here reporting to you from the wall in front of my house in Cape Town, Tableview, Cape Town. And it's 7:45 in the morning, and so I wanted to start my day's video blogging just to show you the streets, and I hope what you can see behind me is absolutely nothing. This would normally be 7:45 in the morning, pretty busy. People coming back from taking their kids to school, people heading out to the office, etc. And I can just give you a spin around. It's quite a cold morning here in Cape Town. It rained last night. You can see the road is wet. And yeah, principally nothing's happening. The lockdown here is being pretty well observed, I should say. I've only been out twice in the last 15 or so days. Both times around here it's quiet, not a lot's happening. It's a bit weird because it's not business as normal. There's not people out like there would normally be, but it's also not quiet enough to be eerie or as you saw in the movies, like the streets aren't dead. It's just quiet. So I guess the biggest thing to report is that there's not a great deal to report. Life in general, we stay inside the house. Work hasn't changed much. I'm going to show you a little bit of that now. I'll do a couple of reports during the day. And yeah, I guess the biggest thing is weekends. It's Tuesday this morning. Trying to fill in the time in the weekend is suddenly a big challenge. I'm not much of a lie around and sleeper. There's only so many house jobs you can do. All right, so that's first thing in the morning. I'll jump back and do a report of what's happening during the day. Okay, so it's now a little bit later. I'm so busy working. I'm pretty much getting on with managing the logistics and process of the next Habitable Planet workshops, and I'm doing most of that from home, so that's not a problem. But unlike normally at the office, I do have a dog with me here, busy nibbling at his paw, and as you can see, I'm basically in my bedroom. You can also see that I am a big fan of monitors, like to have some space to work, so I've got a bunch of those. What you really want to see is what happens with the dog if I go and make some coffee. Hey Luca, hey Luca. What do you like? You like the coffee? Eh? You like the coffee? And here is the wife, who's busy doing marine biology from her new setup in the spare room. And then there's the teenager working out to music. Okay, and that's about it really for the course of the day. Everyone's done their exercises, things are quiet now, back to work, and then it's just cooking and washing up and repeat again and again and again until whenever this finishes. I am back in the front garden very quickly to show you two things. The first one is, and this is something I never realized, and that's that you can see the table mountain cable car from my garden. I never knew that till the lockdown, and I got bored and was walking around, but if you stand in this corner you can actually see it. Let me show you. There you go. You peer really closely between the trees and just below the car, the clouds, I mean, above the car and below the clouds there, and that's the Table Mountain cable car. With the naked eye, you can actually see it going up and down. Woo! And then very lastly, to finish off, every day ends with the South African Police Service coming past the house, and the neighbours have all decided to cheer them on. I'm going to cheat a little bit and use one of my neighbours' footage, but I'm going to end on the SAPs coming past and getting cheered. Thanks for listening. This has been DC. Goodbye.